channel. Today I'm going to glue book. I made these two little glue books last week, and so I'm going to try them. I haven't really glued in something this small, but I think it would be super fun. So I'm going to do that. It's Sunday morning. I'm kind of getting a lazy start on the day, but I'm going to take time out to kind of work on this a little bit. You want to come along with me and join in. All you need is the type of book that you're going to glue in. It could be a sketchbook, it could be a book you made like this along with me. I'll put the video wherever the square pops up, so you can watch that if you would like to. And then you just need some images, whether it's from magazines, scrapbook papers that you love, things like that, to get started. Ephemera that you're not sure if you're ever going to use it, you could put this in your glue book, especially since these I'm working on are small. And then you need a cutting tool to cut a page out of a magazine. I'll use this or my X-Acto. And then to trim around pieces, I'll use the small scissors or the bigger ones depending on the image. And then you need a glue stick. My idea in a glue book is that you don't use wet glue so that you can continue to work and you don't have to wait for glue to dry, which is different than our junk journals and our tags and things like that. But the same idea applies, is that we just don't want to sit around waiting for glue, right? This is just a fun time for us to put down images and just kind of let your brain think about other things at the same time. So get your supplies and glue along with me. Okay, so for me, and I've watched a bunch of videos on glue books, what everybody thinks the idea of a glue book is, that type of thing. So I've seen it out there, and I also think that a glue book is different than like a collage book. And you know, there's different sizes. You could do a big book, you could do a medium book like this one. I'll show you that one in just a second. But in some of these, I'll show you that I do actual like surreal collages. And those, I mean, there's one that's I'm working on, but it is like this one. So this could be a glue book entry. You know, this one I actually cut slits and, you know, make sure that it looks like it's fitting down in there, that type of thing. In a glue book, this I cut a bunch of different buildings from a magazine apart. This was also a different image that I put on there. So still could be a glue book, but for me this is collage, and these are my surreal collages. And surreal collage is just when you create an alternate reality. So like this, you know, she doesn't really have a building with monkeys coming out of her head, but it's one of my favorites. But glue booking for me is not having to go through all of this effort, because this is a lot of effort. You know, this is a wall, picture of a wall, and then, you know, different things that I've taken and put in there. But depending on your idea of what a glue book is, you could certainly do that. I know this is a really big book. It's a big sketchbook. I have a smaller one, little sketchbook I got from Dollar Tree, and it starts out like, what did you say? And it's just funny things to me that the world has to say. You know, the warnings, the corners of the sign are pointy. You know, it's just things like that that we have to say nowadays. Why does she create? To remember who she is. So this isn't necessarily my glue book, but I literally just glue things in there. For me, I have to have a quote for everything. So sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory, and I literally just glue things on there. There's a level of difficulty in dealing with me. Ask my kids. They'll tell you. So for me, that's different than a glue book. And what I like to do in a glue book is like ephemera that I love and maybe I don't want to use in something I'm going to give away or sell, or beautiful images in a magazine. When I'm cutting up a magazine, maybe there's an image in there that I want to keep, and you know, just have a little fun with. You have to think a lot about it. I've seen somebody, different videos where people have actually gone through a lot in their glue books, and they're beautiful. So glue book is truly, to me, just getting to relax, have some fun. Nobody's going to understand why you have a picture of a magazine in your little book. But I figure when I'm long gone, I'll let my kids try to figure that out. So let's get started. So this is my little tiny book that I made last week. And so there's no way that you could do this wrong. It really is just up to you and what you want to put in this little book. For instance, this image. Absolutely love it. Don't think I would put it in a journal, do anything else like that with it, but I am going to put it here in my glue book. So let's do that. So I have pages that show here. And so what I've done is, just close by, I have a basket of magazines and images that I've cut out. And so, you know, here I am in Texas, so of course I have Texas Monthly handy. And I've just gone through and cut out some different images, and I'm going to use those in today's video. I'm putting here. So you just want to do that with your magazines, just cut out images, or like I said, just use different ephemera, little images like old magazines or something like that that you want to keep, but not sure where you want to keep it. And then you could also go through your glue book and just put down backgrounds, and just, you know, like this is so pretty. Like I would just use that for a background, and then I'd come back later and maybe put something on there. Or like I said, for me, I love to put quotes on everything. So what I'm going to do is take parts of this, though. I hate to cut it up. But I want to fill in the edges here. I could even do that with this, or a couple of others. See, like this, I think is really funny. So I just want to find a funny picture to go with it. And I'm just going to put that in my glue book. So, let's see. Maybe, because I don't want to cut up the roses, but if I do, I don't think I'll need the whole page, so tough choice, but I'm just going to do it. Okay, what I forgot to mention is you need something that you can glue on. Wax paper, parchment paper. A lot of people use old books or magazines or something like that that you're not cutting from, just so you can flip the page over, because your glue is going to go off the page for sure. So, all right, I'm going to just put this here as my border. And on this side, just because my little image doesn't fill the whole page. And I'm going to glue this down. Alright, so I need to fill this part here. So I think I'm just going to give it like a plush green lawn, since it's completely different than what's in the picture. And this really is all there is to it. You could stop here, and you could just have this as your background until you decide on what you want to put down on top. You know, if you like quotes like I do, then you can come back later with a quote on here. You could come back with people or animals, things like that, and add to it. So that's, I think, where the line between collage and glue book comes in, is that you're kind of putting in images. And I'll just say that's how I see my glue book, is that I do that. And it's probably because I like to do surreal collage and things like that. But if you wanted to just collage on here a bunch of different colors, like have a pink page or a blue page, then you could just do that. And I have, because sometimes you just want to open your book and see a pretty pink page, and you could put a focal point in it or not. I watched a video the other day. The YouTuber glued different washi tapes, and it was so pretty because she just lined them all up and then had them in her book there, and it was beautiful. So it just depends on what you want to keep in your little glue book, and you know, your style. Everybody has a different style. I've seen very elaborate glue books that I myself would consider collage, but you know, it really is just about the same. And it's just fun. So I think what also would be fun is if you got the kids and you sat down and you just did this. Or like, I can't sit still to watch TV, so I have to have something happening. So if I'm not doing a slow stitch project or something like that, then, you know, sitting with my little TV tray with this, I can just sit and glue. And I'm gonna put this little guitar. I think we're gonna lean it on the sofa here, like that. And then, I don't know, we're gonna put this guy. So I just cut up different, a few images just for the sake of this video here, but you know, have a basket that I don't like to fussy cut at all, but for my collages, seems like I have to do that a lot. So, you know, just make myself do it. And for my glue book, I feel like I don't have to do that all of the time. Just cut out everything so perfect. You could literally just leave it like that and not put anything else on there. I love this image because you see the light fixtures are like tumbleweeds. I think that's pretty cute. All right, so I just put this little guy on here. He's riding in the background on his mountain bike. And then I have these stickers, and I'm going to put them here. That's all I'm going to do. But I think that's really cute. And in the end, I think what we all like is this. I think that the majority of us love this oversized, painted, beautiful pages in our books that make our books like puppy and so much fun to just go through, right? So how you do your glue book is completely up to you. So this is my first little entry in my new little book I made. So I think it's cute. It's just a pretty little image, my little cactus sticker here. And that's it. That's easy, easy. So, and again, you don't have to cut out the extra pieces or anything like that. So this book, like I said, is my What Did You Say book. And when I hear something funny or pretty saying, I put them in here if I can find an image to do it. Like, someone told my son at work, you know some stuff and things, and I thought that was hilarious. So I am trying to just find the right image to put on there because I thought that was pretty funny. Let's see. My friend Aaliyah sent me this beautiful fashion magazine, and it's got the best pictures in it. And so I love this one. So I'm sure she's posing, but I think it looks like she has a headache. So, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to use my little quote book here. If you wanted to just say, like, what if the theme for your book was fashion, and all the beautiful fashion pictures you could find, you put in your book, and that would be a wonderful glue book. It would just be your own little collection of pretty pictures, or flowers. If you like flowers, I would fill up a whole book just gluing in flower images just because they're so pretty. So I was going through the, let me find it, magazines. So you know how there's all of those advertisements inside your magazines. So I found this one. I thought kind of fit what I think she's saying. So I'm going to put here, prevent headaches and migraines from even starting. And then, you know, and all that magazines and flyers that I got at the visitor center, I found this. So I'm going to add it here. And then, so prevent headaches and migraines from even starting, escape to the sunshine. I think that would be my cure for that. So, and that's literally all you have to do to fill your glue book. And then I found some palm trees in that same flyer, and I'm just going to put it on here. Your glue books pages don't have to make sense to anyone else. They could tell a story for you, or they can just be fun like this one. Makes sense. Escape to the sun. Makes you feel better. Kind of helps you reset. And see where I want to put that one. Ah, stuck. So there we go. So there's no inking. Can ink on here if you want to. Can paint. This is glossy, so it wouldn't really take paint, but you could go in and give it a border. I don't know if I have a marker here that would do it. I mean, if you wanted to. But your glue book is meant for you to just be able to come in here and glue images that you like and that bring you joy. But other than that, for me, adding quotes is what makes them funny to me. And this is my What Did You Say book, so I think it's even more fitting. So, but again, just gluing pretty pictures like this. This is going in my glue book because these are beautiful. I don't know what else I would do with them other than if I made like, what do you call them? Clusters. This could be the background, but I wouldn't want to cover it. So this is just going to be in one of my glue book pages. And then here where it has the writing, maybe I'll put something over that. But it's just a book of, oh, here I had a little sailboat for that picture, which doesn't make any sense, but it's going on here because I have it. Where am I going to put him? Should have put him there. I am. So, and this is just because I had this little image that fell out when I was working on this, and I thought, oh, that'd be cute. So put that there. All right, on to the next one. I'll show you one more here. So again, out of the same fashion magazine, look at that face. Now, again, I know she's modeling and she's beautiful, but that face just cracks me up. So I'm just over it. I'm holding a fish. That's not the best day. So let's see. So what I found was different quotes inside my magazine. So I'm going to just put together. I found this one that says, now what can you bring? So I thought, I don't know, it just cracked me up because I thought, now she's asking, I'm bringing this to dinner, what are you going to bring? So here's her recipe, and it's like, this is inspired. Like, that's her dish. That's her dish she's bringing. Could have been inspired by some recipe or something, but I'm just putting it in there. So in my glue book, I just try to have some fun, or if I find a really pretty quote, which there's always those around, that's what I do. So say this is inspired. And to me, the look on her face says that, like, I've done this, what are you gonna do? So I don't want to cover the fish, so all right. Now I don't know if this will fit, but this thing says on the border by the sea and beyond. So I'm going to cut out the by the sea part and put this is inspired by the sea. you're putting down something that expresses a feeling or a thought. Or to me, this was just hilarious. So that's what we're doing in there. So, but anyway, now there's 3 little pages that I've made. I want to keep this image, so I'm just going to glue it in while I'm here talking with you. So I hope that I didn't confuse you even more, because there is a very fine line between collage and glue, and it depends on what you want to glue. You know, I can just glue this flower picture down and I'll be fine with this page. I think especially if you like, gosh, flowers, to fill up a book with just flowers would be so fun. And you're just creating kind of another magazine page when you're just putting down the flowers like that. So these are kind of pretty. Oh, so, and then see, this says flower power, so we could just make that our page. So again, I don't think the idea is, for me, I'll just say for me, is not to do a lot of fussy cutting in my glue book, because again, I don't like it. I'm not that patient, and but it is sometimes the best way to get the best images, right? So we just have to do it. So and this page is pretty to me. Not only are the colors pretty, but I have a flower arrangement in my entryway that kind of has those colors, so with the pink colors, because so much of my artwork is grungy and dark colors that I love to see the pink colors and have something a little bit brighter than my usual work in my my projects. So, and I think flowers have a lot of power because they make us happy, right? So, all right, again, I hope that helped a little bit. For me, this is my glue book. This is beautiful pictures that I love, that I'm just saving. And then you know, if you see my work, I put a quote on just about everything. So my glue book included, because that's what I do. So make yourself a little glue book, or this is a little sketchbook that I got at Dollar Tree, and I just covered it. And you could use a spiral, you can use anything. So you're just gonna glue it up, so you don't have to have anything fancy. It could be an old book. I see beautiful glue books that people have used old books for. So you can do that as well. But really, just don't stress over it. Just start to lay paper. And then, like this one, I just saw this and I had to have it. It says, I wish people came with a 30-second trailer so I can see what I'm getting myself into. So, yes. So anyway, just start gluing. Just glue down a page of flowers and see how fun that is and how happy it makes you. And then you'll just glue down the next page, and then you'll come back and you'll say, oh, I'm going to put together a quote for this, or I'm going to add another image, or cut off this part of her head and put a different body on her, or just fill it with flower pictures, and it'll be the funnest book ever. So thank you guys for joining me on this Sunday morning. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday and an awesome week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.